Hello again. Thanks very much for joining us. And here are the stories in detail. We begin business now with the 2023 budget projections. The federal government is projecting 3.7% growth in Nigeria's gross domestic product, 17% inflation rate, and 1.69 million barrels daily oil production in next year's budget estimate. President Muhammadu Buhari is scheduled to lay the 19.76 trillion naira 2023 budget estimates before lawmakers at a joint session of the National Assembly by 10 a.m. on Friday. The government is pegging the oil price at $70 per barrel in the appropriation bill that has between 11.30 trillion naira and 12.41 trillion naira deficit. The scheduled presentation is contained in a presidential memo sent to Senate President Ahmed Lawan and House of Representatives Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila. The memo was read in both chambers of the National Assembly at plenary on Tuesday. According to Lawan, the presentation by the president would be at the temporary chamber of the House of Representatives. He said arrangements would be made to accommodate all the senators who would proceed to the presentation venue in procession. The choice that would be made by the federal government on the subsidy payment would determine the amount of deficit in the proposed appropriation bill. The World Bank is deeply concerned about the public debt in Nigeria due to the rising debt service to revenue ratio. According to the bank, the debt service to revenue ratio could stand at 102.3% by the end of 2022. The Washington-based bank said this in its latest Africa's Pulse report, which is a biannual analysis of the near-term macroeconomic outlook for the region, published around the World Bank IMF spring and annual meetings each April and October. According to the report, albeit at a low level, 37.6%, public debt in Nigeria is a concern as the country recorded a high debt service to revenue ratio, 118.9% between January and April. Debt pressures have increased as debt service to revenue is projected to increase to 102.3% by the end of 2022. The report suggests that high oil prices do not translate into government receipts due to elevated subsidies for petroleum products, while the combination of low production in the oil industry and unsustainable subsidies is one of the main obstacles to attaining debt sustainability. The bank added that economic growth was subdued in Nigeria, with annual growth slowing from 3.6% in the first quarter of 2022 to 3.4% in the second quarter. Now, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria and the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture have warned the Central Bank of Nigeria that a recent increase in base lending rate will trigger higher prices of products. In a statement signed by its Director General, Segun Ajayi Kadir, MAN said the increase in the monetary policy rate and the cash reserve ratio portended a worsened negative consequences for the manufacturing sector. According to the statement, in the consideration of the prevailing scenario around increase in interest rates and access to funds, tougher times were ahead for the productive sector. The group noted that the increase in MPR from 14% to 15.5% would rub off negatively on other rates and dashed the hope of a single-digit lending rate for the productive sector of the economy. The Apex Association of Manufacturers also said that the recent development would lead to increased costs of borrowing by manufacturers further beyond the double-digit rate, which would decentralize or disincentivize new investments in the sector. The multiple exchange system in Nigeria and its inherent volatility discourage significant economic investment in Nigeria. This was disclosed in Nigeria's Integrated National Financing Framework, a report commissioned by the Federal Republic of Nigeria, UNDP, World Bank and the IMF. The report cited numerous challenges, making it difficult for the country to raise money for its development priorities, which could thus hinder its capacity to meet the SDGs. According to President Muhammadu Buhari, who also signed the document, the INFF is seen as a tool to improve SDG financing without increasing public debt and contingent liabilities to levels that will be detrimental to economic sustainability. The Integrated National Financing Framework has been developed to map out a much-needed sustainable financing plan for Nigeria to deliver on our commitments and aspirations to attain the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by the year 2030. Nigeria needs to restructure its aviation industry to attract more investments into the sector. This, according to aviation expert Samuel Akinyele Coal Creek, who was a guest on IBrandTV's Business Breakfast. The aviation analyst said with liberalizing policies, more people will be able to explore the opportunity to tap into the underinvested sector.
It will grow. It's just a matter of aspect. I think we are getting the policies wrong. It did not start with this only government. It has been there, but we need to have a rethink. You can get a rethink if you can make a rethink in that sector and allow other people
All right, thank you, sir.
And allow other people to bring in their ideas. The sector will grow. In aviation, I believe the best model will have been the low-cost carrier model. That's the marketing model that can attract more people into the airport at lower fares as part of all the frills of free this, free that. Let people pay for it as they need it. So that will have been the better one. So they know that because the sector is highly regulated, you must do maintenance. So they make their money for maintenance. So they give you the aeroplane cheaper, but you know that you're not going to buy 10, you're going to buy like 50. That's good for them for their own business. And they are going to be tied down to them for maintenance because every 600 hours, one part has to be changed or replaced. So they make their money from there. So in that case, the low-cost carrier, and because there are newer aeroplanes that is used for low-cost carrier, the aeroplane cost is a fraction of these old aeroplanes are using. So I believe it is what we need right now. The low-cost carrier model. They are doing right now is to offer the ATP, airline transfer power license. This is the topmost license. They've started that. So someone has really invested in that. At least during my time, I was there 2014. I was director 2014, 2017. So a lot of investment. Most people don't have to travel to go abroad again for most of the refresher courses or initial courses. The other aspect, apart from those guys, that government can do, you spoke about the MRO, that is the maintenance.
C-check, yes, and MRO, yes. Yes. Government is a policy issue. The government says, look, you want an air operator's license, right? You must identify an MRO within Nigeria before you can give that license. That will create market for investors to invest in MRO.
The total number of active mobile subscribers reached 210 million in August 2022 from 208.6 million in July, with tendency or teledensity of 109.99%. Internet subscribers also exceeded 152.2 million, with broadband penetration standing at 44.65%. The Executive Vice Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Communication Commission, Umar Dambata, who was represented by the Director of Consumer Affairs Bureau, Efose Edein, disclosed this at the NCC Day during the 17th Abuja International Trade Fair on Tuesday. According to Dambata, in this new environment, The competitiveness of Nigeria's SMEs depended on the ability to leverage the new technologies by acquiring the necessary digital skills to do business on an international scale. He said the steady growth in the telecom sector over the years, with its persuasive positive impact on all other sectors of the economy in terms of increased automation of processes and digital transformation in service delivery, had been remarkable. He revealed the Commission is working assiduously with various stakeholders to see how more businesses would embrace digital platforms to delivering their services to the consumer. Amidst the nation's challenging operating environment that has tested the resilience of institutions and businesses globally, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has continued to weather the storm by posting its second consecutive year of profits of 674.1 billion naira in the 2021 financial period. The positive result is coming as global economies continue to struggle with recessionary forces and weak macroeconomic outlook. The NNPC Group Chief Executive Officer Melekiri made this disclosure on Tuesday. Consequently, NNPC Group's investment strategy proved resilient as it enabled the national oil company to deliver favorable outcomes in its 2021 financial statement. The NNPC Group, which became a CAMA-regulated company in 2021 following the implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, grew its profit from 287 billion naira in 2020 to 674 billion naira in 2021. The group account audited by PricewaterhouseCoopers, SIAO, and Montari Dangana accounting firms saw the 674 billion naira profit posted in the 2021 financial year, representing an increase of 387 billion naira or 134.8% when compared with the 287 billion naira recorded in 2020. The 2021 financial year made it the fourth consecutive year that the NNPC will be making its audited financial statement public. In 2018, when the firm first made public its audited financial statement, it recorded a loss of 803.9 billion naira. We'll take a commercial break now. When we return, we have more news coming from the Africa scene. Stay with us.